Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Super Souls, thank you so much for joining me. This is your weekly guidance from your spirit team. I post these readings every Sunday and we are asking for information, the heads up on anything you need to know, guidance, whatever comes through, messages for you right here, right now, and for the coming week, the next 7 days. We're going to start by drawing 3 affirmation cards, and these affirmation cards are to help to guide you in to the reading that is right for you. Okay, we have reading 1, reading 2, and reading 3. I'm also going to use some runes and some charms as well. So reading 1, your affirmation is freedom. Let me see this. Yes, I have the freedom and power to create the life I desire. That is reading number 1. Reading number 2, you have the card, the universe is filled with endless opportunities for me. And reading number 3, we have, I am deeply loved. Can you see? I think you can see that if I hold it up. Yes, I am deeply loved by the universe. So those are our 3 cards, and we'll draw a rune for each and a charm. Okay, so we have, for reading number 1, we have the rune of wholeness and the Eiffel Tower. In reading number 2, in fact, I don't know if we can really see that very clearly, otherwise let's put it on the card itself. Okay, reading number 2, you have the rune of protection. And you have the cross. Reading number 3, you have the rune of breakthrough. And you have the flamingo as your charm. Super Souls, take as long as you need to tune in and see which of the readings is really speaking to you. It may be more than one. It could be one for one area of life and another for another. I will leave the video running for just a few moments, and then I will move straight into the readings. Press the pause button if you need any longer. Welcome, reading number 1. You have been guided into this reading by the rune of wholeness, the card of freedom. I have the freedom and power to create the life I desire, and the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I'm feeling already as if there are heights to be reached in some way, shape or form. For you, we're asking for information right here and right now. The rune of wholeness, Super Souls, this rune also speaks of sort of there's only one way to go, or the path we must follow. So I am very, very intrigued actually at this point. I'm going to place your rune here. Very intrigued at this point by your reading today. So let us see what we are shown. We'll draw an archetype card and a spirit animal guide as well, just as a first point. And also some more oracle cards too, just to have a look and see what we are initially shown right here, right now. Information for reading number 1. Right here and right now, and for the next 7 days. There's a really interesting energy around you, reading number 1. I'm feeling... Do you guys ever experience, you know, when you get, it's what I call agitated legs, like there's something that you're itching to do something, or something's about to happen, or Yeah, agitated legs is what I used to call that when I had experienced it. No, that is not the one, it is this one. Here we are. Let us have a look at these oracle cards first and foremost. Okay, so first of all you have the card, the stone. This is your first oracle card. Okay, we then have otter. Lovely otter energy. This is a very feminine energy. It's both playful but empowered at the same time. Okay, let's place this down here. We have the cards of Palo Santo, Guardian. We have St. John's wort, Radiance. Okay, just to give you the numbers as well of these cards, 55, Palo Santo, St. John's wort 2, and Otter is card 8. Now, 56, Progressions, Journey, and 46, 8th House Mystery. Okay. I have the freedom and power to create the life I desire. Reading number 1, I feel like there is an energy around you of possibility, and yet it hasn't yet emerged. Now, it may feel like you are about to take... do you know what comes to mind? You know that saying, when I'm thinking of the man on, you know, when the first landing on the moon, one small step for mankind, or no, one small step and one giant step. I can't remember the exact saying or what was said, but that's what it feels like. It's like there is the potential for you to break free from something or to move towards a greater sense of liberation or freedom, but it involves taking, it's one small step that creates one big leap. That's the gist of what I'm seeing. Now, Palo Santo, I don't know if you guys can see, if I hold this up to the camera, can you see we have the South Node and we have Pluto here. Pluto is the planet of transformation and rebirth. The nodes are connected to our karmic pathway and the future South Node as well, the future we wish to be creating. I feel like this week there is a step to be taken. Literally, it's not even like a decision or a choice. There's a step to be taken that involves you moving towards something. You may not know exactly what the something is, but it moves you towards something that will be liberating, create a space of freedom. You may not actually know how this step-by-step progression will take place, but there is something to be done this week for you guys, whereby you take a step towards something and actually it's going to lead. Look at on progressions, the journey. Can you see it's like a series of mountains, stepping stones, literally, to something. 8th house mystery. I mean, this is connecting to that Pluto energy. St. John's wort is a card that connects to the sun, creativity. And can you see in this card as well? Look at the spiral coming out of this horn. And then we have a deer here and hares symbolizing new beginnings, leaping over this cauldron. We see a house over here burning, and yet again more stepping stones, mountains to be climbed, pathways to follow. I think this is a week, it's not so much like a choice between a do this or do that. That's not the energy that's around you. This is literally climbing something, taking a step towards something. Even though you don't know where it might lead, it's like doing something or stepping into something or reaching out, asking something. That's the energy that is around you right here and right now. It's making those small steps towards something. Your spirit team really are saying, the information coming through is that if you take a step towards something, the timing will then, it's like the clock will then start to tick, and the something that you're moving towards, the steps will start to become clear to you. So this is a moment right here and right now, or a time around you to be taking a step towards something that you want to create. Let's draw some tarot cards. Let us have a look and see what we are shown information for right here, right now, and for the coming week for reading number 1. Lots of cards showing themselves for you, reading number 1. Let us check this out. Okay. Oh, this is so perfect. We have the Knight of Wands. This is a card of going out and doing stuff, being playful, adventurous. Otters are really curious. They have a very curious energy. It's a very feminine energy. They live by the water, but on land. We have that. There's a real sense of you doing something that will move you towards something you want or something you would like. It doesn't necessarily mean that the one step you take will be the end goal or the perfect solution, but it's leading you somewhere. We're seeing a lot of movement here as well. I mean, this deer, these hares, this horse here, there is a real sense of freedom and liberation from something. Very interesting, because as well, the energy of the stone is, it's a card of, it's a card that's quite grounded and quite anchored. If you think about the stones, the stone nation, the stone people, they have seen all the changes. They embody memory, really. They have sat and been witness to time immemorial. It's very interesting. I spent yesterday evening in a stone circle, and it's not one I had visited before. It was at night time, and the moon was still fairly bright, you know, enough moonlight coming through to see those stones lit up and to see the faces in them. And I really found myself thinking about these stones being witness to time. It is as if there is something that you have been waiting for, wanting, or would like, possibly for a while, possibly for some time. And this is about freedom from that sense of feeling that maybe you can't have it. We have the card of the Chariot. You know, the Chariot in its raw archetypal meaning is not just about moving something forwards. It's about facing something, taking an ownership of our feelings, of our emotions. If you think of emotions as energy in motion, channeling that energy rather than feeling stuck, feeling, oh, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to take that step towards it. This is showing movement forwards though. And here we have exactly what I was saying, that facing ourselves, being prepared to find the courage of the lion, despite feeling vulnerable if you're trying to open a door. I feel like you guys want something in your world to change, some aspect of your world to shift. And yet simultaneously there's anxiety about letting go of the stability, the security, the solidness of the position of something that you're in. But you can take individual steps. It doesn't have to be the giant leap into the unknown. It can be taking a step towards something which can then open doorways and help to overcome that sense of vulnerability. Super nice. We have the Page of Wands being shown to us. So we're seeing energy gathering momentum. It's kind of like if you looked up at the Eiffel Tower and you thought, gosh, if I tried to climb that, I would never get to the top. But actually, if you take it one step at a time, and you walk through the door or the entrance or whatever, you decide you're going to at least have a go at it, you buy your ticket, you commit, you take a step towards it, you know, and then, you know, actually one bit at a time. Maybe then somebody says, oh, look, we can take you up in a lift, or we can, you know, it's like doorways will open. And we're seeing something, interestingly enough, begin to shift. And I feel like it's almost like this cauldron energy here. It's like baking a cake or creating a spell for something, the starting point is to gather the ingredients. You put them in the pot and you start to stir. So we have to have a beginning from somewhere. Okay, we have to start from somewhere. Okay, that's what I'm kind of seeing. And once we start from somewhere, things then gather momentum. They start to unfold. And this is what we're seeing here. Overcoming that sense of vulnerability or the what ifs, that kind of stuff. Page of Wands, we're seeing the energy sort of being stirred up here. And then we see the Seven of Cups. This is very interesting. And then we see the Queen of Cups, the Devil, and the Ten of Swords. Very, very interesting. If I put that there, are we still going to be able to see it? Can I move those along a little bit? I think so. Just enough coming into the camera here. Right, and then we have the Devil, which is a card of liberation. Okay, freedom, liberation, that's what's coming through here. Freedom, liberation, and we see the Ten of Swords, a place of stuckness or conflict or difficulty coming to an end. Progressions, mystery. Reading number 1, your reading is actually very, very clear this week. This is about taking, there is a pathway you must follow. There's a need to move towards something you desire, or something that you're not happy with, that you want to change, something that you might even have begun to feel very stuck in, or as if it's sort of a bit set in stone. It's time to change that, to shift that, to move forwards. One step at a time. When you make a step, or you start to gather the ingredients and stir them together, it's like, who knows what is now going to magically bubble out of that cauldron. What we are seeing is the universe working with you. We're seeing this spiral of energy, the energy of the page, liberation, knowing. It's almost like when you take that one step and you reach out, you suddenly, in your heart of hearts, you start to know, gosh, actually, I really can do this. It's like there is a sense of knowing that there is possibility, as opposed to feeling that maybe there wouldn't be, or that there hasn't been in some way. We're sort of seeing choices as well here. I think the moment you you take the first step, I think more choices will emerge. Now, some of those choices will be right for you, some won't. There'll be the opportunity to then begin to evaluate and really consider the clarity of the direction that you want to go in for yourself, in whatever area of your world this is about. We are seeing liberation, and we are seeing the end of a period of conflict about sort of almost like what to do next in this particular area of your world. So I'm thinking that there are choices opening up for you almost the moment you take that first step. It's like the universe says, oh, you're ready. Let's offer you some different options here and see what you would like to do. They are options that lead to liberation and freedom from something, and creating the life you desire. So there's something you desire here. This is a super lovely reading number 1. It's you doing something that creates that first step, and the universe then responding and saying, well, I'm going to give you some choices here. So we're seeing something happen quite quickly with the Page of Wands here. That's quite sort of delicious new energy is what I want to say. There will be some contemplation around the choices, but don't be fearful. You know, you've started to put something in motion. Choices are coming, and that liberates you from that feeling of, I don't know where I'm going next. This is now about being curious and adventurous, and being prepared to check a few things out and discover, where this might lead you. Super Souls, let's draw some more cards. Just to see what else we might be shown, if we're given any more information about how this might pan out, or the circumstances around you for the coming week. Let us have a little look here. Okay, right, we have the card of Judgment here, but look at this, riding high. I mean, wow. Okay, the Five of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Choices, energy, opportunities. Eight of Cups. The Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is super nice. What I feel we're being shown here, because the Three of Pentacles, isn't that interesting? Where did I say I was yesterday? I wasn't actually at Stonehenge, but I was in a stone circle. Do you know what's remarkable? Just extraordinary. I was in a stone circle that's actually made up of 3 separate circles. And look at this, Three of Pentacles. How interesting. How very, very interesting that somehow that energy of choices, decisions, transformation, the Stone Nation coming through, the recognition that something that you thought was really slow is actually moving. Okay, we're seeing spirals coming out in your card, spirals of completions, of happenings. This is very, very interesting, and it's very, very clear. There is a message from your spirit team, literally from the universe. You are, your spirit team, the universe does not want you to be stuck in this area of your life, or something that you have been wanting to happen, but you felt that you were stuck, trapped, unable to move forwards. The universe wishes you to move. They are wishing you, your team, that, you know, spirit wants you to move forwards. They want you to be liberated, to leave behind things that have caused you difficulty. We're seeing, isn't it interesting here in this Five of Swords card, as we see that, you know, the Two of Swords in, if we think of the card of the Two of Swords, and we have 2 swords here, they're behind you. It's like it's a conflict. The Two of Swords is representative of the conflict, and we're seeing a figure proceeding, moving forwards. The light through the trees. You know, if you haven't been able to see the woods for the trees, I think this is the time when, through taking one step, everything starts to rise, it starts to move, choices become available to you, different options become available to you, and then it's like you can begin to move forwards. The Three of Pentacles is a gorgeous card because it is a card of celebration. It's resources coming to you. It's information coming to you. It's something you need coming to you to help you, whether this is health, career, relationship, whatever area this is about for you. We're seeing resources, energy coming to you that allows you to actually then move forwards and to have, I always feel with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like to have and to hold here, this energy of having something. I think this one step that you take, you may have just taken it, you may be about to take it, you may take it during the week, and this is a here and now. And for the next 7 days reading number 1, whatever this step is, it will open up your world and open up possibilities very quickly for you. So take that step, the pathway to wholeness, the pathway to something that will feel fulfilling. It's going to be liberating you, bringing you some sense of freedom from something that has been feeling stuck and holding you back. We're seeing so much movement, choices opening up for you, and things coming to you very, actually, I think within a relatively fast period of time. It's like, you know, here we are, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. Steps. You take one step, the next is clear. You take another step, choices. Well, I'll try that and I'll maybe try that too. The way will become clear. But take that first step. That first reaching out is going to take you in exactly the direction you need to go and liberate you from whatever this sense of stuckness has been. Reading number 1, this is your reading for right now and for the coming week, for the next 7 days. I post these readings every single Sunday. I also post a couple of other pick a card readings every single week, and also tiny small ones as well, single readings to just touch base if you need to connect with your spirit team at any moment. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you'd like to get notification of all of my readings and never ever miss one. Tons and tons of love to you. Have an amazing week. Be playful, adventurous, curious. Take that step, and the universe seriously wishes to open things up for you. The messages here are so clear. Tons and tons and tons of love. Reading number 1. Welcome, reading number 2. You have been guided into this reading by the card, the universe is filled with endless opportunities for me, which is in fact for you. You have the cross and you have the rune of protection. Let us see what your spirit team are advising you, wanting to tell you about, speak to you about for really right now and for the next 7 days. Okay, so we'll draw some oracle cards, a spirit animal guide as well. And we will see what is happening for reading number 2 right here and right now and in the next 7 days. 3 cards coming through for you from this pack. That is cool. That's what we will use if that is what is coming through. Okay. Let's look at these first. So, okay, you have Thanatos. Very interesting card to be having. Okay. You then have the card of Grouse. This is a reading of creativity. You know, there's a web here. Thanatos, I always feel it's like death and rebirth. The card of the Grouse is, I want to say, a card of abundance actually, but it's like joining the dance. You know, when you get the card of Grouse, it's like an invitation to join the dance of life. It's not a time to step down, it's a time to step up. What else do we have? Wow, look at these cards. We have Transfiguration, Jurgen Sacha, that's the card of 22. And look at this tower. We have Mars, the planetary energies here, Mars and Pluto. Wow, powerful transformational change. We then have Nettle, Action, Mars. Wow, look at this. Would you look at this? We have 2 cards, 21 and 22 actually, so numbers following one another as well. The cards of 21, the cards of 22. We see the snake of transformation here. Both of these cards have fire, the sun energy in them. We have Mars, we have Pluto, we have Mars, we have Pluto. Something is transforming, and it is transforming quickly. And wow, wow, and more wow. I'm just going to say, reading number 2, I think I might be just doing this all through your reading. So if I just do too many wows, I apologize. But Mugwort, the card number 10, we have a spiral. Grouse is symbolized, the dance of grouse, traditionally, shamanically, is a dance that is taking place in a spiral. We have the spiral here. Something is happening for you guys. We have the moon, we have Neptune. Neptune, spirituality, emotional connections, psychic healing. The owl. Wow, the moon. Gosh, there's a lot of... And we have the sun as well. I was going to say there's a lot of feminine energy, but it's not just. This is the male and the female coming together. This is creativity. This is the spark of possibility, the creativeness of life. What are you guys up to? I want to say, what are you guys up to? What are you manifesting? What are you doing? The universe is filled with endless opportunities for you. What are you creating? What are you making happen here? Wow, I mean, just this is action, transfiguration, healing, psychic healing, the masculine and the feminine coming together in a space of creativity. We're seeing transformation. We're seeing stuff move forwards and happen here. Wow, wow, and more wow. Let us put that card there. And I'm going to place the Sun card just under it because there's such a strong connectivity here between the masculine and the feminine coming in. Right, let us draw some tarot cards. What are we showing for reading number 2? What is happening in reading number 2's world right now and in the coming week? Something is happening, and it's seriously happening for you, reading number 2. Those 3. Okay, what do we have? Now, the first card is the card of Judgment. I love this Judgment card. It's one of my favorites because she's rising. It's like there's again, transformation. You know, something has completed, come to an end of a cycle. It's a space of new opportunity around you. What is happening for reading number 2? 8 of Cups. We're seeing a new dawn, a new horizon. Gosh, it's something you feel really passionate about. Look at this singing bowl with the fire happening here. We have the King of Wands. Oh, wow. We have the Hierophant. This is like a stairway to heaven. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. I'm going to place the card of the Sun. I'm going to place it up here next to Thanatos for one moment. I want to put the rest of our cards out here. We have 4 of Cups. We have 7 of Wands. Wow. Okay. Something is happening this week for you. Something is absolutely rocking up, happening. King of Swords. And I feel like there's no stopping you. You're protected. You know, it really does feel like untouchable. I mean, I know none of us are untouchable. That's a big statement to make. But I really do feel something is happening. Psychic healing, the spiral, the grouse, the invitation to dance the dance of life. The universe is filled with endless opportunities for you. The cross, divinely guided. To have effectively the Sun and the Moon, and to have Mars and Pluto twice. Fire, energy, transformation. Gosh, reading number 2. Now, if this has not yet happened, 2 kings as well. King of Wands, King of Swords. Something is shifting and turning this week for you big time. I'm going to draw some extra cards to find out what areas of your lives that may be in. In reality, of course, this is a general reading. But something is absolutely shifting, happening, opening up, everything. I'm seeing everything open up here. Something that you had previously got quite down in the dumps about. Something that you just, it's like something's being offered to you. Now, this is an important card here. Can you see this hand coming in here with this singing bowl here? And there's some sort of, there's sparkling, there's magic in this singing bowl, and the rainbow colours are coming out of it here. And there's this pile of singing bowls here. It's the same with this transformation energy here. The singing bowl here, really interesting with the fire in it, and yet sitting in water here. Yeah, something is offered to you. There is a heads up here that you need to seize the moment and take action. Yeah, there's something here that is really, I do feel you'll be unstoppable. Okay, it's a really significant offer of something coming into you. It's really important that you are open and available to receive it. Okay, there's an opportunity be open to receive that opportunity. This, I don't know what this will be. Let's draw additional cards for you. Reading number 2. May we please draw some cards to see some different potential areas of life that you know, this is about. What is this about? What is this big transformation? Can we have more information for reading number 2? What is this opportunity that is around them? Okay, let us have a look. Now we have 3 sets of 2s, so 4 sets of 2s in fact, not 3. Right, let's have a look. First of all, 6 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Right, okay. For some of you, 6 of Cups, this is to do with relationship, love. Either way, it's a shift towards something you love, but there are choices. There's an opportunity there's definitely an opening in some aspect of relationship for some of you. This is time to jump up, seize the moment, dance the dance of life. I mean, it really is. It's such a powerful reading of action. Action that is absolutely moving stuff forwards. You're really being guided here, shown the way. We have a Death card and the 4 of Swords. Now this is interesting. Right. I think this particular, we're looking at different scenarios potentially. Okay. And then we have a rune on the tree here. Yes. For some of you, this is an opportunity to step over something you've been afraid of, to leave behind some aspect of your world where you felt stuck. Okay, there's maybe it could be it's something that has held you back. It may be that the opportunity this week comes in terms of I almost want to say with your health, your physical body, there's something about your health. I do feel this giant really sleeping here, snoozing, meditating, shifting from a place of difficulty, conflict. This for me feels like some aspect of something that is unique to you. So it could be some aspect of your physical health and well-being, your mental health and well-being, your emotional health and well-being, some behavior patterns, something you're released from something. For some of you, the opportunity is to do with relationship. For some, it could even be both, but it's releasing you from something that has, really seriously got you down. There's a release from something. 8 of Pentacles, Page of Cups for our next pair of cards. Right. I think this is for me, career, a career pathway you're going to love. Page of Cups can, of course, connect to love, but I do feel with the 8 of Pentacles, I think maybe there is a career opening, a money opening, choices made available to you, more than one offer made available to you here. Action is required. Join the dance of life here. Yeah, I think you see something very, very clearly. The pathway opening up. So for some of you, it is literally whatever comes in, so you can take action. You know the direction you want to go in. You literally know the direction you want to go in. Success, 8 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups celebrating here. Maybe you are offered a position or resources come to you. We should never, as readers, recommend you buy a lottery ticket, but I have to say, if this was resonating with me, I would probably be buying a lottery ticket this week if I didn't do them regularly or something like that. There's something here coming to you. It's like opportunities are around you. Yeah, luck is on your side. And our last, we have Knight of Swords, Page of Wands. Super good. Okay, so I asked really Super Souls reading number 2 for different potentials. What is this opportunity? What's going to move forwards? What's happening? What's changing? How is it happening? Because it's all about action and making it happen and joining the dance and doing it and getting up and being an active participant here. So, for some, it's a relationship opportunity. For others, it's letting go of something where you have felt either contained, restricted, stuck, unable to move forwards, a shift in your mental health, your psychological health, your physical health even, something that you achieve a new state of mind, of peacefulness. For some, it is literally resources coming to you that allow you to, there's a celebration, resources, good news, possibilities. Renewed energy, renewed vitality. And for others, it is literally rebirth here. Page of Wands. I almost want to say with these two cards, Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, if you were drawn, I need to say to you, Super Souls, if you were drawn to both reading number 1 and reading number 2, these two cards are making sense of, are connecting. So if you were drawn to both, or if you may, and you haven't yet checked out reading number 1, and if these cards are resonating with you, you might want to. This is knowing what steps to take to actually move you forwards, being shown exactly. It's like every step you take, the change occurs just as you need it to. You know, when you go out, and it's not one of those energies where, even though there's action here taking place and transformation and things moving ahead, this isn't the energy of charging forwards. It's the energy of every step you take, the next door just opens. You know exactly, you take one step and the next step becomes clear and the next step becomes clear. It's one of those times when it falls into place and you literally can see exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. It's almost like, you send off an email and, when you come back to your emails, the answer you needed is there. You respond to that, you press send, you go away, you make a cup of tea or do a few hours of work, and you come back, you check your emails, the response is there, you've got the answer you need, and you respond again. It's like step by step, the pathway is shown that is allowing something to shift, manifest, transform very quickly. That is the energy. It's like literally step by step. This feels more like a solid something coming in, an offer of something that gives you that you can celebrate. It's like the offer of a job, or or whatever that may be, the offer of something coming in, someone literally giving you something, or choices, and you know exactly which one to take. But this is a celebration taking place here. So something coming to you. This is the transformation, the overcoming of something very personal to you in terms of your own energy, your own resonance, your own health. And this is very much connected to opportunities to move something forwards in love. Wow. I hope that those areas are making sense to you. You'll know, I'm sure, which one is resonating with you. For some of you, it may be more than one. But reading number 2, this is a very powerful week for you with real significant action. So be sure to be open to receive, because stuff is coming in to help you to take those actions in whichever of these areas, or whatever area of your world this reading is about. Super Souls, this is your guidance from your spirit team for right here and right now, and for the coming week, the next 7 days. I am wishing you an unbelievably exciting week. I feel like your feet might not touch the ground, but in every possible way, it is amazing. It just feels loaded with potential, very, very vibrantly loaded with potential. It really does. So pretty special week for you guys. Super Souls, don't forget to press the little bell icon and subscribe if you would like to get notification of any of my readings. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you to all of you who give back through the super thanks. Thank you to all of you who are supporting my work ongoing on Patreon. I hope you're enjoying your tutorials. I post tutorials every month, or a tutorial every month for my Patreon people about learning to read the cards and the runes. Super souls, thank you so much, all of you, for being a part of this really beautiful, wonderful community that we're building here on YouTube. I am wishing you the most amazing, exciting, joyous, join the dance, have the dance. It feels like your world is spiraling in exactly the right direction this week, which is an absolute joy to read, because obviously sometimes as readers we have to say how it is, and sometimes it doesn't feel like something. Sometimes it's like press the pause button, don't go for it, take some time out. But this is a join the dance of life. And yes, and the universe is just with you 1000% on this one. Tons and tons of love. Reading number 3, welcome. You have been guided to this reading by the flamingo and the card I am deeply loved by the universe, and the rune of breakthrough, which is a pretty magical rune to have. Yeah, I am deeply loved by the universe. And a point of turn, a breakthrough moment, a light bulb moment, perhaps a realization of something. What are we shown for reading number 3 right now and in the coming week? Your cards, I feel like they're coming out in pairs. That's interesting. See what we are showing. Yes, they are coming out in pairs. How fascinating. How fascinating, because this rune of breakthrough, it doesn't have a reverse. It's like a pair. Let us see what comes with your spirit animal as well for the week. So we have wild boar 48. This is interesting. This is about confronting your fears in some way, shape or form. Sometimes it connects to honesty. Okay, breakthrough moment, realization. What's going on here? So we have the gem. Okay. And we have the card of Alethea. Look at these, I want to say black and whites. Choices, decisions, being aware of something. Comfrey, we have the card of comfrey completion with Saturn. And we have psilocybin commune. This is Pluto and the Sun. Okay. Comfrey completion, card 32 and 49 psilocybin. These are magic mushrooms. Okay. I think, super souls, that this week, yes, change, activate. Super nice. This is a week right here and right now when something that maybe was previously not clear becomes clear. Something that was previously hidden underground. You know, the gems are, you think crystals form deep in the earth. They're in the unconscious. Something emerges. I am deeply loved by the universe. Breakthrough point. You know, flamingos are very good at balancing on one leg. They're very flamboyant as well, very beautiful. The energy of wild boar is absolutely that, about confronting our fears in some way. I think this is a week when you see something with clarity. It may even be that you're shown something with clarity through connections to family, community, something that maybe previously was a bit, I don't know, either sort of black and white. You know, like when you see somebody it's like seeing somebody warts and all, and you love them anyway, kind of thing. But when you see something in every possible way, you sort of see the shadow side of somebody. I had a lovely saying once. It was somebody speaking, and she said, what was it? She said, your real friends are people who know you and still love you. It really made me chuckle at the time. But there's something about seeing the hidden gem within a situation, seeing both the shadow side and the light side, and loving the situation anyway, coming to terms with something. Uranus is about change, sudden radical change. He's also known as the Great Awakener. Solar flares activate. What do solar flares do? They highlight, they show. Something aligns here. You see something clearly this week. Something becomes apparent to you. And I think because of that clarity, you're able to make some decisions around it. Comfrey, completion. Let's draw some tarot cards, reading number 3, and see what we are showing for you for right now and in the next 7 days. I'm seeing this one, these two. Gosh, everything's coming out in pairs in this reading, or lots of the cards are. Okay, we have the World. This is also a completion. It's a completion and a new beginning. We have the Two of Cups. I mean, this is a card of lovers, really. It's the beginning of something you love, beginning of something that you want, something that your heart is going to sing about. Page of Pentacles. This is about manifestation. Okay, 10 of Swords. We're seeing again a completion. We have the card of Strength. Is that going to sit into our view? I think just about, if we move those along a little bit. Card of Strength. And then lastly, we have the 7 of Wands. This is very interesting, reading number 3. Super souls, you see the truth of something, and the truth of something because something is lit up, activated, whether this is to do with an internal fear or you have fear, some anxiety or some fears about, I won't say confronting somebody as such, because we're seeing an ability to sort of to overcome something here. Two of Cups is collaborating. Whatever happens in your week, this is a general reading, so it is going to be unique and individual to you each. But actually, some kind of information comes to you, or some circumstance comes to light. Something comes is made crystal clear to you, and because it is crystal clear, it allows you to actually make a very clear choice about something. Something comes to a completion, to an end. I think it's about also finding the courage and the strength to be true to yourself, to activate change in some way, shape or form. I also want to say, to walk your talk and to be really clear. I feel like you get so clear about something that you are untouchable almost. When you just know the truth of something and you're not prepared to deviate from it. It may be that some of you stand up for something, or you have a voice, or you stand up for another person. You may even defend another person. But we're seeing a joyous transformation here. So it's really interesting. I feel like there's quite a paradox of energy here. Got lots of circles here. Circles here. I think that something that has been, maybe something you haven't been quite clear about, maybe you didn't have all the information, you get all the information. And you can actually therefore take action. And you're very clear, you stand, it's like you stand your ground, you say how it is, you're true about something, and as a consequence, something comes to an end. Maybe even if you were afraid of approaching somebody, or you were afraid of talking to somebody, or afraid of doing something, you overcome that fear. You're able to see very clearly that you didn't need to be as afraid as you were. You can do this. I can't really, I mean, in a way we should never say anyone is untouchable, but I feel like in this matter, because you have truth and integrity, because you see it how it is, it automatically gets, I mean, it gets sort of taken, something gets taken care of here in some way, shape or form. Let's draw more cards and ask for more information. But it really does feel like the planets align for you. The universe, I am deeply loved by the universe. It's like the universe has your back. Something becomes clear. It's that breakthrough moment where something is the truth is known. You know, justice will prevail like magic. Something is shown and it brings a completion in some way, shape or form to something. Okay, let's see what this is about. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. It's like a gift. Literally a gift. Something given to you that illuminates, that shows you. It's going to give you the ability. You're going to have the ability to see something. It's almost like to have that higher view, that overview in some way, shape or form. Wow. Gosh, look at the white stag. That's stunning, stunning energy. Absolutely beautiful card. You certainly hold the higher view. You hold the higher viewpoint. We have the card of the Tower. Yeah. We have the King of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. Okay. Reading number 3. Whatever this is in the uniqueness of your own world. Something Uranus change. Something radically changes for you this week in terms of your perception of something or your decision about, it could be who you hang out with or how you approach something, but you see the truth in something. Wholeheartedly, thoroughly. It's given to you. It's like a gift. You gain the gift of sight. You gain the ability to see exactly with great clarity the right way of doing something. It causes you to make a very clear choice in changing something, bringing something to an end, moving beyond something, and you confront your fears in doing so. I think for some of you, maybe there was something you've needed to say but couldn't say it. You didn't have enough information to voice it, but something is then addressed. It's like there's opportunity for the dragon to be slayed in some way, shape or form. There is a confrontation that I feel the confrontation is predominantly internal. It's that part of you that perhaps didn't have that voice or wasn't able to say something. I think with the 2 of Cups here, you say it very, very clearly. We have the card of the World, an ending and a new beginning. The 2 of Cups, I think you get to harmoniously speak. We have the Sun here. I do think you are very able to take control of the situation here in some way, shape or form. Address what needs to be addressed. Bring something to a sensible completion. Part of the overcoming your fears is to do with actually, I think, predominantly having a voice. But you have a voice because you can see the truth of the matter. You're no longer held back by something, reading number 3. It's like you find that hidden gem from within. You say it how it is, you see it how it is, and you're not budging on this either. I'm really seeing this. You are not budging on your perspective because you know you're right about something. We're seeing you being very firm, very clear. Look, this is how it is, you know, and therefore this is what must happen. Something is being addressed. It feels very powerful, very, very powerful. But you know, we've got that energy of the flamingo being seen again. I feel I want to draw more cards for you, reading number 3. Let us do so. May we please have more information about either what this is about for this week or how it might pan out for reading number 3. Let's just put those to one side. What this is about. I think we know how it's going to pan out, but let's ask if we can have a sneaky peek a bit further ahead. I'm going to take these cards here. Okay, so, oops, moving all your cards, reading number 3, I apologise. Okay, well, justice will be served. 6 of Wands, success, being seen, flamboyant. Page of Cups, I mean, this is, if there has been any kind of situation around you that has troubled you, where you felt somebody hasn't been telling the truth, or you haven't had all the information and therefore you couldn't move forwards, finally, it's like justice will be served. You are publicly recognized, and this goes better than you could possibly have imagined. Okay, it's like the outcome of your dreams. It works out, something is resolved, fixed, navigated, sorted, that you didn't think you could do or that you were fearful about. And my goodness me, what do we have here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. I always feel with this Queen of Pentacles, she is justifiably, I always feel sort of fairly satisfied with herself. You know, she really is. And rightly so. She's done well. She really, really has done well. And look at this, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you make choices and decisions this week that are absolutely right. They're based on honesty, they're based on integrity, they're based on knowing what is right and having a greater amount of information or seeing things clearly. 3 of Cups, we're celebrating here. This is a card of success. It's a card of connectedness. So I think you can potentially even heal a situation or bring something to its best possible conclusion in some way, shape or form. 3 of Cups. But you're the lead, you lead this through. You are the like the voice piece, I feel. Or the voice maybe even for a collective group or a small group, but stuff gets sorted in a really good way. It is as if you are truly divinely guided, like when you really find your inner voice. You speak the truth, you hold the truth, you know it, it's publicly recognized, you are acclaimed, and people look to you in a position of leadership, even if it's like in following you in example. Yeah, the High Priestess. I mean, I feel you are guided, divinely guided in some way this week, whatever comes through for you. Let us just move these cards along a tiny bit so we can just see them all. Yeah, there's definitely leadership, taking charge of something, having a voice, seeing it clearly, and your voice being recognized. 5 of Pentacles, this is super because I feel that you hold the key. You are the one that holds the key to something that will help something else transform, change and move forwards for the better. It is like you are the key holder. You are the transformer. You are the person that brings something to a completion in a good way. You are the person that finds the solution, works out what to do and how best to do it. But what is super lovely, I feel like there's 2 layers to your reading number 3. One is that you are that person that helps to fix something, to find a solution, to move it forwards, to establish something because you have that clarity. You see it exactly how it is. But also the underlying layer is of your own personal soul growth. Because you step up and you speak out and you have a voice, you overcome some fear of being able to say something. Some fear of your own is overcome in this process of speaking out and saying something or being seen or stepping into a space where you take an ownership of what you know and how you know it. I feel you are massively supported this week, reading number 3, really massively supported, deeply loved by the universe. Finding that hidden gem within you, speaking the truth, saying how it is, having the courage, and then realizing actually, wow, I just did that. And then it's like you're a key holder, not just for you, but for other people, that layer of evolutionary growth. I can do it, and I did, and I will, and therefore something is laid to rest. Reading number 3, this looks to be a powerful week for you with an incredibly incredibly positive, but it feels, it's more positive is not the right word, because it doesn't just feel like a happy ending, sail off into the sunset. It feels substantial, like you overcome something, you do it, and it's like, wow, I did it. This is fantastic. You know, I can hold this position. I really, really can. Look at this here, Super Souls, before we move towards the end of your reading. Look at these moons lining up. And look at the energy of the High Priestess. This is just fascinating to me. You are being really held through this week and supported entirely. This is one of those weeks when the universe has your back. You know, it's kind of like, you know, we're sending you something here to because something needs to change, something needs to shift, whether it's an attitude or a circumstance. And actually, we're going to give you exactly the information you need to see very clearly all sides of the story. You know, and actually you then become the person who fixes this, comes up with the solution, says how it is. Justice is then served, transformation comes, and some aspect of completion arrives, including the fact that you have overcome something that you were fearful of either doing or saying. Super Souls, if you have enjoyed this reading, if you're connecting and tuning in with it, do subscribe, press the little bell icon if you'd like to be notified as soon as I post any readings. And this is obviously my Sunday reading. I post these every single week for weekly guidance, really checking in with your spirit team right here and right now. And for the next 7 days, I do post a couple of other pick a card readings every week, and also individual readings to help with guidance along the way. Super Souls, thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving back to those of you who give back through the super thanks. Thank you to all of you who are supporting everything I do on Patreon. I hope you're enjoying your tutorials. I post a tutorial on Patreon every month. Thank you everyone for being a part of this amazing community. And reading number 3, this feels powerful, significant, and empowering is the word. Empowering. Something is not going to be as difficult as you thought it was going to be, and you then excel because you're saying and being how it is, and my goodness me, it works. Wow. Super Souls, tons and tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading.